Focus back to the story that we were focusing on a little while earlier from West Bengal, which is BJP's first budget that has now been announced and how it seeks to blend welfare with cultural nationalism. What essentially the BJP through this budget announcement has done is projected what the government calls a Sanatan-driven development model. The many announcements that have come in find a mention of the 36,000 crore allocation for the Annapurna welfare scheme, as we just mentioned, 20% DA hike for government employees, also placing strong emphasis on Bengal's Hindu civilizational heritage. Other key announcements also include creation of Vande Mataram Museum, so focused on infra development as well. Vivekananda Scholarship Program, a 50 crore push for Sanskrit promotion, a temple corridor and heritage development plan as well to boost religious tourism and to preserve heritage sites. Reactions have come in on this big story. Then we'll go across to our colleagues to understand more on how this is playing out already in the BJP ruled state.
I'm sure it will be good for the common people and also for the middle class people, because they belong the main team of the society.
उसका मेन जो था कि वो सेंट्रल रेट में डीए देंगे, डीए केवल 20% बढ़ाया, अभी भी सेंट्रल रेट के साथ 22% का फर्क रह गया। तो ये तो उन लोग आशा दिया कि पूरा बजट पूरा डीए दे देंगे, वो पूरा नहीं किया, यही कहना है। आउट जो बोला, और बाकी सब तो कब ग्रीनफील्ड एयरपोर्ट होगा, कब ब्रिज होगा, ये तो सब बहुत समय का बात है, अभी इम्पैक्ट ज़्यादा नहीं होगा।
Pallavi joins us back once again. Pallavi, you were highlighting for us the many reasons why this is being looked at as a Sanatan-driven development project, also being hailed as one. But you just began talking about how the Trinamool Congress is viewing this. So please go ahead and make your point.
Well, the Trinamool Congress, we just heard what Saugata Roy had to say. The Trinamool Congress is going to be very cynical and also ask where will the money come in from. Precisely the question which the BJP has always been asking the Trinamool Congress, that today you've left behind West Bengal in such dire straits where the treasury is almost empty. But there is a deep political message behind the financial and economic messaging behind West Bengal's first BJP budget. And that is that you cannot have an appeasement politics anymore. One of the biggest charges which have been given against Mamata Banerjee was that for 15 long years she ran a government which was very tilted in favor of one particular community, because that was her vote bank, and therefore there were major SOPs and funds allocation which came in for the minorities, whether the madrasas, for that matter, over 40 to 50% of the funding came in for them, and if you belong to the minority community you stood to benefit. And the reason which was given by the BJP for doing so, according to them, was the fact that she really wanted to endear herself to the minority community because most of her vote bank came in from there. What the BJP is now trying to do is undo the entire process, to have a kind of a balanced budget, but also give those their due, which is why they're talking about a Sanatani budget. For example, building up on those temples, temple complexes, having corridors there, whether it's Tarakeshwar, whether it's Kali Ghat, whether it is Jorashako, which of course happens to be the birth ground of Rabindranath Tagore, and of course benefits for the other communities as well, while at the same time talking about Vikas and of course Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas.
Education, welfare for students, for the youth has also found a mention. So amidst this Sanatan symbolism, let's not, not pay full attention to that. If you could quickly bring to light the key announcements, the promises made by the BJP on these fronts.
So more allocation of funds as far as schools are concerned, the PMC schools also to be set up in every district, which means from the lowest to the highest level, benefits in terms of education benefits being given to young students. Now this again becomes a very important messaging, and for industrialization, because that has also been one of the concerns for West Bengal. You do find a large number of young people, boys and girls, who have left West Bengal in search of job opportunities. I remember, Christine, when we went to to cover Bengal elections, I found multiple voices of young people who were saying that we get our education over here, but we don't get the jobs in sync with it. We have to go to other states. Second, if other states have a Google or, Microsoft companies, all of them are setting up there, why is it that Kolkata or other parts of Bengal are deprived of it? That is going to be one big messaging coming from the government so as to ensure not just education, but it's also translated to job opportunities as far as West Bengal youth are concerned.
So bringing in more investment, creating more jobs, ensuring that, each of these factors translate into real job creation as was promised pre-election, as well as what they're attempting to do, and does definitely get reflected in the budget that's been announced already. Thank you so much, Pallavi, for joining us with that key update coming in from West Bengal. We head into a quick break. On that note, on the other side, we shift our focus to the rebellion within the UBT Sena. It's all set to take a formal shape in the next few hours. Lots of details trickling in. We'll break down that story in just a few minutes.